Hi, this is Brian Landon with the Corey Stewart for Governor campaign. We're here at the End Sanctuary Cities rally in Richmond, Virginia. We've got a great crowd, getting everything set up right now. We've got some protesters over there.
If you could help out,
So we're going to see how things go.
Actually, I need him.
I would not. Wait a minute, I look too short.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, no.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Teresa Wells, Willie's wife. I don't know if you got my husband.
Oh, okay. Good, Teresa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're looking out the beard. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So we're live now. This is rolling right now.
Is it good? Good, good.
Anything is just be patient. That's what we need. Let them say anything. Let them do anything. Just.
Oh, good.
Ryan, just got your bullhorn for counter stuff.
I will. This is rolling live.
Thanks. You gotta stay with that. Yeah, that's so important.
Yeah. Okay.
How far is? Where's Matt at? How far is he? Well, Matt was talking.
It'd be a lot better if both senators, you know.
He's on his way. Yeah. So we're going to.
Excuse me?
We are too. I'll just have to start watching some. Unfair advantage.
You want to talk about the sign? You want to talk about it on camera?
I'll talk about it.
All right.
And who are you with?
Corey Stewart for Governor.
These are Americans who've been killed by illegal aliens because borders are not secured, current laws are not enforced. These are preventable killings and permanently separated from their loved ones. So we're asking for current laws to be enforced.
Excellent.
Well, no. Did I take your spot?
That ain't gonna happen.
Signed up for it.
All right.
What side of it? Okay. Because I just had to go through an army of anti-nationals.
Yeah.
They're the crazies. They're the crazies. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Cool. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, I see.
All right, we're going to go live here in just a few minutes. Well, we're technically already live now. We're going to start the event in a few minutes, so just stay tuned. It's got the no, it's got a good angle. If you want to take a look.
Gonna get louder.
We want to keep them out of this area.
The Blackstone is good here on top of
You know what the cure for ADHD is? Size 11 food right in your butt.
Yes, sir.
You don't eat your broccoli, you don't go upstairs.
All lives matter, lady. All lives matter. All lives matter. We are not afraid of you. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you guys for coming out.
All right.
Appreciate it. I am very glad that all lives matter, especially black lives, because I'm black. So
Absolutely.
appreciate the support out there, brothers.
Absolutely.
That's the funny thing about Black Lives Matter. Because this country is made of immigrants. All kinds, black, white, Native Americans, Hispanics. I'm pecan tan, but anyway. But different shades. But unfortunately, our government has chosen to try to divide us by creating these groups of Black Lives Matter and liberals, and just want to keep us divided. And while we're divided, we'll be defeated. I truly believe in united we stand, divided we fall. So while those few over there choose to be divided, let's the rest of Americans stand together. I am definitely very proud to be here speaking on Corey Stewart's behalf. He's an old friend of mine. I've seen a lot of things written about him, and I know definitely that a lot of those things are not true. That's why I do not hesitate to speak, no matter what color I am. We're going to be speaking about this thing where I guess the mayor has decided to make Richmond a sanctuary city. As I said before, I have no problem with immigration, but a crime is a crime. And me as an American citizen has to pay for my crime. You come to this country illegally, you've committed a crime. Now there are proper ways that you could go about to become an American citizen. But committing a crime in the first place is not the path that you need to choose. We're gonna have a couple of speakers tonight. You guys ready? My first speaker here is Mr. Ray Tranchant. Ray hails originally from Catlin, Illinois, a small factory farm town south of Chicago. His parents legally immigrated from Northern Ireland and France and earned their U.S. citizen. And the key word there is earned. Graduating from the U.S. Naval Academy, Ray became a naval flight officer flying the F-4J Phantom II and F-14 Tomcat on several Middle East missions. Ray also graduated from the Navy's Fighter Weapons School, gaining Top Gun status. Today, Ray is Operations Director of the Advanced Technology Center in Virginia Beach, a position he has held for the last 15 years. Maintaining a busy schedule, Ray also teaches at the Cambridge College, Massachusetts, Chesapeake campus, and Bryant and Stratton College, Virginia Beach. He has appeared on numerous national news platforms in both TV and radio and has testified before 2 congressional House Judiciary Committees. Ray's topic, the enormous human cost of illegal aliens in America. Ray works tirelessly to help solve the illegal immigration problem, championing border enforcement implementation of a program to deport criminal illegal aliens first, and the elimination of sanctuary cities like Richmond.
No sanctuary.
Ray's advocacy and passion on immigration enforcement and reform is dedicated to Teresa, his 16-year-old daughter, and her friend Ali Kunhart, who were killed on March 2007 by an illegal drunk driver in Virginia Beach, who had many previous convictions and was ignored in the general population and by law enforcement and judges in 2 cities. At this time, please welcome Mr. Ray Tranchant.
Love to be here in the state of Virginia. I'm a Midwesterner by heart, but you know, I've lived here for 40 years and I love this place. I think it's one of the most beautiful states in the country, and I've been all over the country. And so you need to hold on to this place because it's a true gem, the state of Virginia. First thing that comes to my mind when I hear chanting over in the corner is those people are always willing to give away your money, not their money. We spend a little over $100 billion on illegal immigration a year in this country. $100 billion. So they want to give away your money. What is the return for that? The return for that is that there are some governors and some politicians, and you know who they are, including our governor at this time, who want to protect focus groups over your safety. There are 820,000 illegal immigrants in this country today, according to government. And I don't believe the government, but those are government statistics. Think about that. 820,000 living among you. Would you go to an island that's beautiful, that's paradise, on vacation if they had 820,000 criminals living on the island? Then why would you have them walking amongst you? The governor and many people on the left side of the argument have a tendency to want to shout down government agencies and laws that are in place. Government agencies like ICE, who work just as hard and courageously as the Secret Service, the DEA, and all the other agencies that the governor here would support. But there's discrimination in the government agencies, aren't there? Well, let me tell you, they're heroes. The Border Patrol, ICE, these people get in the front lines every single day, and people have to make a decision. They are heroes, and they want to clean the mess up, and the President of the United States assured our group, the Remembrance Project, that they, in fact, this would happen. And I believe him on his word that he will clean up this mess. We can't afford it. $100 billion we cannot afford. We cannot afford to educate their kids. We can't afford to feed them. We cannot afford to give them minimum wage jobs. And in Chicago, there are 220,000 illegal immigrants, and I bet you not one of them is in middle class. It's a great way to make the haves and the have-nots in this society. That is exactly what happened in France. That happens all over Europe. They become the have-nots. Why would we want that in this country? They need to go back. They need to come in as immigrants like my mom did from Ireland. You're an immigrant if you are invited, if you have papers legally, if you pass the background check. And Mom and I, when I was in the 3rd grade, studied for her citizenship test because she knew that if something happened between my dad and her, that she was going back to Ireland. So she wanted to be an American. And when she passed, she was happy. And she would even tell me, at times, don't Irish it up around here, we're Americans. My girls, Tessa being one of them, in the picture there, was a prize winner, Irish dancing champion in the East Coast. So I didn't Irish it up too much, but I sure did love watching her dance. Now she's dancing in heaven, and I know she's in a good place. The scum who killed her got a 40-year jail sentence, and actually the judge in Virginia Beach did a great favor for the country. He suspended 16 years of it and said that when he is deported and he comes back, gets caught one time, 16 more years. That is the best way to do it, and Trump's got a great idea. Kate's Law is also a great idea for repeat offenders. Thank you for your time. God bless you. Keep the faith. Change is hard. Once again, all the people back there shouting want to spend your money, because I doubt if any one of them have a job. Thank you very much.
Let's keep it going for Mr. Ray Transit. We got another speaker, Mr. Timothy Lane. Tim is the co-founder and president of the Remembrance Project, an organization that advocates for Americans killed by illegal aliens. He is married to the Remembrance Project's Maria Espinoza and has played a pivotal role through his financial, organizational, and emotional support of Maria's work. In 2012, Tim and Maria scuttled plans for a month-long vacation to Italy, turning their sights to an unusual kind of American tour. Piling into Maria's SUV with little Ginger, their 8-pound Chihuahua, they trekked across 25 states, meeting with governors or their staffs in 20 of those state capitals, taking the message of Americans killed by illegal aliens, presenting a groundbreaking imagery of the Stolen Lives quilt. Tim attended Villanova University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. He is also a professional engineer in Texas and has been licensed to practice in Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland. Until February of this year, he served as vice president for a Houston-based engineering firm where he managed the design of over $500 million in Texas infrastructure improvement in the last 5 years alone. He brings over 30 years of management, analytical, and communication skill to the organization. Tim has published dozens of articles on the impact of illegal alien killings, including articles on Donald Trump and Maria and his wife. He has been a member of the organization's board of directors since its inception in 2009 and now serves as its president. Please welcome Mr. Timothy Ling.
Thank you, Thaddeus, and thanks, Corey, for having us here today. This is a real privilege for Maria and myself to be able to be here in Virginia with you, the patriots who represent America. But today I want to talk about another Virginia tragedy. But first I'd like to talk a little bit about imagination. You know, when we were kids, and there are a few kids out here today, we always imagined what we would be when we grow up. I wanted to be a famous baseball player. I became an engineer. My brother wanted to be a policeman. He became a businessman. And so we all have these dreams as we're growing up. And the important thing is that our dreams, our imaginations take us through life. Now just imagine standing next to me, there's a man about 50 years old, a big burly guy, gray hair. He's a construction worker. He gets up every morning and he climbs aboard one of those big old caterpillars and moves dirt around, knocks things down, builds things up. He helps build America. His name is Jim Binger. He's a Virginian. And Jim is a neighbor of yours in nearby Williamsburg, Virginia. You know, when he was a young boy, he had his imagination as well. He imagined, no doubt, that he could be doing what he's doing, and I hope that's what he's doing. He also imagined that he would someday have a wife and children, and that's exactly what he did. But fate intervened. When his first daughter got to about the age of 5, she was stricken with a congenital heart defect. He lost his first daughter, but Brittany, his only surviving daughter, was the jewel of his life. But in 2005, Brittany was simply walking home, just a few short blocks to her house, when an illegal alien from El Salvador popped out of the bushes, accosted Brittany. He beat her. The illegal alien raped her. He killed her, dumped her in a ditch where she laid for a day in the cold, through the darkness of the night. A lost soul. Taken by the illegal alien who should never have been in this country in the first place. As horrible as these events unfolded for Jim Binger, things didn't seem to get any better for him when it was time, after the apprehension, to put this man on trial. As fate would walk in again and stand between Jim and justice for Brittany, this illegal alien was a deaf mute who had neither reading nor writing skills, nor could he sign language in either Spanish or English, and he was deemed unfit, unable to participate in his defense in a court of law. This is 12 years ago, and it's still going on, ladies and gentlemen. It is still going on. There is no justice for Brittany, there is no justice for the Binger family, and there is no justice for you in Virginia who only want our government to do its job to protect the American people, our families, our lives, and to allow us to live the dream that was promised to us by our founding fathers, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You know, Jim and his wife Joanne now, for 12 years, they've been visiting the gravesite of Brittany. They talk to her, they bring her flowers, they love her. And the only promise that Jim can make is that he says to her every week, he says, "Baby, we're going to get justice for you. We're going to get this guy and punish him for what he did to you." This, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't something that happened. This was perpetrated on a perfectly beautiful American young woman by an illegal alien who chose to go by his vices and his perversion and to kill her for his own perverted pleasure. Unfortunately, this goes on way, way too much here in America. Illegal alien killers are often first arrested for many other transgressions, drunk driving, assault, other heinous crimes, and let back right into our communities. This, my friends, must stop, will stop through the administration of Donald J. Trump and through the help of great governors like the future governor of the state of Virginia, Corey Stewart. And finally, please stand with us. Stand with our families. Stand with our Virginia friends and neighbors. And elect this great man who will uphold the laws of the United States, uphold the laws of Virginia, and who will help make Virginia and the United States a safer place to live, to love, and to play. Thank you very much.
That's Mr. Timothy Lane there, ladies and gentlemen. I think they forgot how tall I was. Sorry about that. But we got one more speaker here. You guys ready? We got to get a little louder in that crowd over there, you know what I mean? The next speaker, Maria, was born into a family with a fifth-generation Latina Texas mom and a Mexican immigrant father who came over the right way, legally. As a child, Maria and her three young siblings spent their summers picking strawberries in the local berry patches, competing with the Mexicans, as she says, under the watchful eye of her mother. Years later, she would take the competitive edge to Abilene Christian University, Texas, where she earned All-American status in the women's mile. As co-founder and national director of the Remembrance Project, she is nationally recognized as the foremost expert and advocate for families victimized by illegal alien killings. Maria has appeared on national TV and radio numerous times on their behalf and has spoken across the nation in support of these families. She is the creator of the Stolen Lives quilt, parts of which you see here today. An immigration policy strategist, Maria's work has been featured in hundreds of national newspapers and magazines. Last September, Maria organized the first ever national conference for the families of victims, where Donald Trump gave the keynote address. In April 2015, Maria, under her initiative called the American First Latinos, Maria penned a letter to the governors of every state asking them to create a state office for victims. Unfortunately, this proposal met with very little support, with exactly 0 governors stepping up to help our families. As if she was not busy enough, in December 2015, Maria challenged incumbent Republican Congressman John Cumberson of Houston, garnering an incredible 18,000 Republican primary votes. The congressman won the primary, but knowing he had been in a battle with a principled conservative. Undaunted, in March of 2016, Maria sent a letter to the 4 remaining GOP presidential candidates asking each, if elected, to establish a national census program for families of victims to help with unexpected burial, medical, and counseling expenses, and to help navigate these families through a very complex legal system. Only one man, the right man, Donald Trump, answered the call. And just this week, Maria, the nation, and the world now know that our president has listened, announcing the formation of the Office for Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement, to be known as VOICE. Please welcome Mrs. Maria Espinoza.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. No problem. I know y'all are good patriots. Thank you, Thaddeus, for that wonderful introduction. And Corey, thank you so much for inviting us here and giving us the opportunity to speak to Virginians. Ray, you are a very brave man. And I know it's very hard each time our families step out, speak out to help save other lives. So thank you, Ray, for continuing your fight for Tessa. And Tim, thank you for giving Brittany a voice, another lovely young lady who should still be here with us. You just heard only 2 examples of families who were devastated due to illegal immigration, which stems from the unwillingness of some of our supposed leaders to enforce current laws. That sounds very simple, doesn't it? Enforce current laws. Provide citizens the safe communities, which, after all, is the government's fundamental duty.
I'm here today to talk about sanctuary cities. And how many of you out there have heard about sanctuary cities? Yeah. Right. I bet none of them have. These are cities that have policies in place that limit how local law enforcement cooperate with federal immigration officials when it comes to certain crimes and searching and detaining illegal aliens. For decades, law enforcement have fully cooperated with the federal government in regard to crimes such as kidnapping, transnational gangs, and counterfeiting. Can you imagine if you, well not you, maybe your neighbors, put up a counterfeiting press in their backyard? Do you think that the local authorities will look the other way? No. No. Do you think that they would, local law enforcement would hold a conference and ask for counterfeiters to come into their city and roll out the welcome mat? No, they wouldn't. They would arrest you, throw away the key, and no one would care. You wouldn't have these guys over here clamoring for you. How ridiculous does that sound? Anyone with an ounce of common sense would laugh at this nonsense. This is not a joking matter, and the reality is that exactly what is taking place. Sanctuary cities are killing Americans. Because of sanctuary cities, illegal aliens flock to these cities and run amok. Now, to those who argue that immigration is not for law enforcement personnel to handle, that's absolutely not true. Do you think authorities would have to stop and go and train people in how to handle counterfeiters? No, no, this all silliness and political correctness. Did you know that there are over 300 jurisdictions that have identified by ICE that are sanctuary city policies, which are safe havens for illegal aliens? Over 300. In 2014 and through September of 2015, more than 17,000 detainers were not honored. Over 17,000, 2/3 of them were for criminal illegal aliens with prior convictions.
Get them out!
And exactly, we need to get them out, and President Trump is on the right track. As Ray mentioned, there are over 820,000 illegal alien criminals, and 690 are for serious felony and misdemeanor convictions. How safe, knowing that all these criminal illegal aliens flock to sanctuary cities? If you live in Richmond, Virginia, you don't feel very safe. Ladies and gentlemen, sanctuary city policies have turned every state into a border state. This is why it is so very important for our leadership on every level of government to have your safety and the best interest as their priorities. We want our government to fulfill her fundamental duty to provide a safe America. And that begins with enforcing current laws, which includes immigration and employment laws. If current laws were enforced, innocent Americans would be alive and with their families and living their dreams. Every killing by an illegal alien should not have taken place. Our American victims were not in the wrong place at the wrong time. That illegal alien was in the wrong place. Every killing was preventable because of the illegal should not have been in the country in the first place. The victimized families are permanently separated from their loved ones. No plane ticket or crossing of a country's border can unite them with their loved ones. These sanctuary city policies are dangerous and unlawful. They are a welcome mat to criminal illegals. If elected officials were held personally responsible, do you think we would have sanctuary cities? No, because they would not exist. To those who are unwilling to protect American families, we need to let them know that blood is on their hands. We must choose safe communities over safe havens for illegals and choose common sense over political correctness that coldly and callously labels the killings of our American children as human collateral. Some of our angel moms and dads and families say that they belong to a club that they never asked to belong to. I know none of you want to belong to that club. Citizens of Richmond must fight sanctuary city policies imposed by a heartless mayor. We need to stop the policies that invite drug and gang activity, human trafficking, and prevent more innocent Americans from being killed. Sanctuary cities are like playing Russian roulette. It's only a matter of time. Please choose leaders who are for enforcing current laws and keeping your families safe. Choose leaders who have the backbone to stand up against political correctness and inject common sense into this issue. We need more leaders who care and take action rather than giving more lip service. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being here because it shows you care. We must make good decisions. And the very basic of holding up current laws is a great start. Corey, your willingness to step forward and protect Virginians shows leadership and courage on a topic that so many want to ignore, and ignore the killings of American children. You understand that illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. So I thank you for that, Corey, and thank you on behalf of the Angel Moms, Dads, and Remembrance families, and I thank all you for being here again. God bless you, God bless Virginia, and God bless America.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out here. I understand that the people over to the left there, Black Lives Matter, but I guess freedom of speech is not important. So basically what they're teaching in college now, that I'm important and you're not. A waste of 4 years. Waste of 4 years. Then the reason why we're here, you guys know why we're here, right? Now, to get rid of these sanctuary cities, we need somebody that's going to fight for us. We need a leader. Then I can't be talking about McCullough because his time is almost out. And I definitely can't be talking about that swamp monster Gillespie who's been there forever. But what I am talking about is your future Republican governor, Mr. Corey Stewart.
Well, thank you, everybody. Are you ready to take back Virginia? You know what? I've got a lot of people here to thank.
but I want to start by thanking all these lunatics over here for bringing out the press. In all seriousness, folks, please give a round of applause to all the brave men and women of the Capitol Hill Police, the Capitol Police who are here defending us today. Yeah. Please. I want to thank Dion. Dion's been a great, brave, conservative leader, and he's a great leader here in Virginia. Please give a round of applause to Dion. I want to thank Ray. I want to thank Maria. I want to thank Tim. You've been standing strong in this issue for so many years. And I just want to let you know that your loved ones, that their lives were not in vain, and that because of your efforts, we are finally going to make sure that every illegal alien who commits a crime is deported from the Commonwealth of Virginia and from the United States of America. Get them out! They're so pleasant. Now, how do you like that? It's just like the left. To accuse you of what they're doing. They accuse us of hatred. They accuse us of trying to stifle our rights. But what are they doing today? They're trying to drown us out. And let me tell them something that everybody in Prince William County already knows. I never back down. Protesters' lives matter. That's right. I'm here because of Tess. I'm here, Tessa. I'm here because of Brenda. I'm here because of Brittany. I'm here because of Sister Denise Mosier. I'm here because of all of these innocent girls and boys and men and women whose lives were taken by criminal, illegal aliens. Now, in Prince William County, we had a series of crimes, brutal rapes, assaults, murders, and they were being released back into our community. I didn't come up with 287G, folks. I'm not the one who wanted to put it in place originally. That was the citizens of Prince William County who wanted their government to protect them from crimes by illegal aliens. And when I am governor, right over there, right on the other side of the Capitol building, when I'm in that mansion, one of the first things that I'm going to do is direct that every police officer, every jail member, every member of the ADCs across the state, that they cooperate with federal authorities in identifying and deporting criminal illegal aliens. Now, so far in Prince William County, we have handed over more than 7,500 criminal illegal aliens over to the federal government. And our violent crime rate dropped by 48.7% in 3 years. Now, some members of the press and all the left-wing loonies out there said that that was just a coincidence. But we know that it wasn't. We know that it wasn't. And let me tell you something about this mayor of Richmond, LeVar Stoney. LeVar Stoney is more concerned, he's more concerned about making sure that he doesn't offend anybody than in protecting the lives and the rights of the citizens of the city of Richmond. That is not a public servant, folks. That is a coward. Now, the Commonwealth of Virginia provides funding to local police forces across the state, including to the city of Richmond. As governor, I will sign into legislation the defunding of 599 funds and any other funding to any locality that refuses to cooperate with federal authorities. We will end sanctuary cities in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Don't worry about those folks, people. Don't worry about them. You know why they're so loud? They're so loud because they're losing. And we are winning. And in 2016, we, the people of the United States, elected a real president of the United States. And in 2017, people, by the way, I'm the only candidate, Republican candidate for governor who's been able to win consistently in Northern Virginia. 4 times in Prince William County. 4 times. I'm elected countywide. There's 454,000 people. It's 54% minority. And I continue to win by larger and larger margins. You know why? Because this issue of illegal immigration is not a racial issue. It's not an ethnic issue. It's about public safety. And I ask anybody out there, and if these lunatics would listen for a moment, which they won't because they're not interested in anybody else's opinion except for their own. If somebody is in our country illegally and they commit a crime and they are a public risk to you and your families, should that person be allowed to stay in our country? No! Should we work with the Trump administration to deport them? Yeah! Should we work with the Trump administration to build a real wall? Yeah! Should we work with the Trump administration to make our families safe? Yeah! Then I ask for your vote on June the 13th. Let's take back the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you all.